Treasures amongst trinkets. Sunday mornings in Meadowview Estates meant the bustling flea market came to life. Edna and Mildred, inseparable friends and avid seekers of hidden treasures, donned their sun hats and set out for an adventure that promised more than just bargains. The sun painted the sky in hues of soft pinks and oranges as Edna and Mildred strolled through the market. Stalls adorned with trinkets and curiosities lined the makeshift aisles. Edna's eyes twinkled with excitement, and Mildred's floral hat bobbed as they navigated through the maze of eclectic goods. "Ah, Mildred, look at this," Edna exclaimed, pointing to a vintage record player that seemed to hum with nostalgia. "Do you remember the dances we used to have at the town hall? This could bring back those memories." Mildred chuckled. "Oh, Edna, those were the days. But I'm not sure my knees would appreciate a dance these days. Let's find something a bit more practical, shall we?" Their laughter echoed as they continued their exploration. The air was filled with the scent of old books, worn leather, and the occasional whiff of someone's lunch from a nearby food truck. Each stall held the promise of a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. As they meandered through the market, Edna spotted a table adorned with antique teacups. The delicate china caught her eye, transporting her to afternoons spent sipping tea with old friends. "Mildred, aren't these exquisite?" Edna held up a teacup adorned with delicate roses. Mildred inspected it with a smile. "Absolutely charming, Edna. And I do believe our collection could use a new addition. Let's get a set, shall we?" Agreeing with a nod, they haggled with the vendor, securing the teacups at a price that left both parties satisfied. The teacups found a new home in Mildred's wicker basket, nestled among the other treasures yet to be uncovered. Their next stop was a stall showcasing handmade crafts. Vibrant scarves, intricate pottery, and whimsical jewelry beckoned them. Mildred's eyes twinkled at the sight of a handmade quilt, its patchwork of colors telling a story of craftsmanship and love. "Edna, just imagine wrapping ourselves in this cozy quilt on chilly evenings. It's like a hug in fabric form," Mildred exclaimed. Edna ran her fingers over the quilt, feeling the warmth and history woven into every stitch. "You have a point, Mildred. It's a masterpiece. Let's make it ours." And so, the quilt joined the growing collection in Mildred's basket. As they wandered through the market, Edna couldn't resist the lure of a table stacked with old books. The musty scent of aged paper drew her in, and her eyes lit up at the prospect of literary treasures waiting to be unearthed. "Mildred, you know how much I adore classic literature. Let's see if we can find some hidden gems here," Edna suggested. Mildred agreed, and they spent a delightful hour perusing the pages of dusty novels and forgotten tales. In the end, Edna clutched a worn copy of a beloved Jane Austen novel, and Mildred found a charming collection of short stories. The literary treasures, now in Edna's possession, added to the growing contents of their fruitful adventure. Their path led them to a section of the market dedicated to local artisans. Intricate handcrafted jewelry, unique sculptures, and paintings that seemed to whisper stories awaited them. Edna and Mildred paused at a booth showcasing hand-painted birdhouses. "Mildred, just imagine these hanging in our gardens. The birds would have the most charming abodes," Edna exclaimed. Mildred examined the birdhouses with a smile. "Edna, you're right. Let's pick a few and invite the birds to our little sanctuary." And so, the birdhouses, each a work of art, were carefully chosen and added to the burgeoning treasures in Mildred's basket. The friends continued their expedition, weaving through the market like seasoned explorers in a vast bazaar of memories and dreams. The sun climbed higher in the sky, casting a warm glow over the market. Edna and Mildred's baskets, now brimming with finds, spoke of a day well spent. Yet, there was one last stop that beckoned them, a corner filled with potted plants and blooming flowers. "Mildred, a touch of nature will complete our whole. What do you say?" Edna suggested, her ease sparkling. Mildred nodded in agreement, and they perused the array of vibrant flowers and lush greenery. Each plant seemed to tell a story of growth and resilience, mirroring the adventures of the two friends. Edna's gaze fell upon a potted lavender plant, its soothing fragrance wafting through the air. Mildred, wouldn't this be perfect for our windowsill? Lavender has such calming properties. Mildred smiled. Edna, you have an eye for the most delightful things. Let's get it and add a touch of serenity to our homes. As they paid for the lavender plant, the realization of the day's bounty sunk in. Edna and Mildred, with their baskets laden with teacups, a quilt, classic literature, birdhouses, and now a fragrant lavender plant, were the victorious conquerors of the flea market. Their adventure had not only filled their homes with treasures, but also their hearts with the joy of shared moments and newfound delights.